Hey everybody, Ryan here from Android Coliseum. Doing my review on the Lifeline of the LG family. We have the LG G2, the G3, the G4, and now on to the G5. A little bit of a departure from what we've had in the past, where they really hyped up their back buttons. Now we only have the one back button. I can't tell you how much I miss having my volume controls, everything. I mean, for the past 3 years, I've had that, and now to only have it there, using my volume on the side, is kind of an awkward thing to do. It is a bit smaller than the G4, but not by much. It's only a 5.3 inches versus a 5.5, and you really don't notice that much difference. It actually feels a little better in the hand. I really enjoy that 5.3 inch size. I think it really helps. The body of it is this all, well, they say it's metal. It's got that plastic coating on the top, which kind of, it's okay. It feels a little weird. This little ridge here, you kind of feel like you're getting caught on. And same with the ridge on the edge. And actually, I have a couple places where that plastic kind of got torn away and it kind of scuffed here and here. So you gotta be careful. And I mean, for me, it doesn't feel like a new phone anymore, unfortunately, after that happens, and it kind of makes you feel a little upset. The other thing we're going to notice about the G5 is that it no longer has an app drawer. It just has apps just like an iOS device. So it's just folders and folders and folders, which I got to say is the most annoying thing. Luckily, Nova Launcher, Action Launcher, whatever you want to use, Google Now Launcher is just an install away, but this is a real pain. Luckily, you can go into here in Smart World and you can download the version 4 of the Home, and you get back to what we had on the LG G4. So, but that's just, I can't believe that's the way they went with this one. The camera on this one, as we notice, now has two lenses. One is your regular lens, and one is your wide-angle lens. The difference being is that, so bring the camera app up. No. Is that you can go, here's the regular lens, and this is the one that gives you the full resolution on it, and then I can go to wide angle, and I get a lot more in the picture. Here it is wide angle, here it is normal. Don't know why. Well, I kind of know why they did it that way, to get the wide angle, because nobody really wants to have a wide angle all the time, but it's nice, I guess, to have it when you do need it, I guess. I don't think I've ever used it ever, personally. But I gotta say, I don't think the camera is as good as the G4. I think the G4 had a better camera. I don't know, just me personally. The pictures I wasn't as wowed about. The LG G4 keyboard isn't that great. I find the keyboard, but again, just like the launcher, you can download a new one. I do like how the sort of monochromatic look they have on everything now. They've gone through, like, for example, seeing how you can see how the icons change when up here. Is it harder than the zoom? So when I go back out, it changes that way. So depending on the app you go into, it changes. Well, it didn't change there. There's been a couple apps where it changes really cool. So obviously when you go in the settings, I think that's just really cool, and it really makes it really pop out a bit more. What else do we want to talk about here? The one thing I don't get is why none of their apps, like their email app or their messaging app, don't have any actions. When you scroll down, there's no way to sort of quick reply or something like that. I mean, you can do it from the phone, but no quick reply or quick delete or whatever you want to do. And one thing actually about the messaging app I want to show you. I'm just going to get my burner phone here. I'm going to send myself a text message. Is that the text message that pops up? It's now there. I can't get rid of it. I can't get rid of it until I exit out of it. But if I exit out of it, now it's out of my system tray there, and I don't know that there's a new message because I killed it off. that is kind of a real nuisance, and I really think that's a pain in the butt. Again, I can just download a different SMS messenger app, maybe Duo or Allo, whatever the Google one's coming out with shortly. So that's a kind of a pain. It's just weird that it does that. I mean, every other app we have quick actions. None of the LG ones have it though. One thing that's really sadly that they got rid of, that I used to use all the time in my other ones, was there used to be a quick remote here. Plug it out, and I have all my remote controls. I don't have that anymore. Now I have it here, but I mean, it means that I'd have to go back into the home screen. So if I'm in Google Plus reading some article and I want to change the channel, I would swipe down, change and use the button there, and then swipe the thing back up. Now I have to hit home, go over here, change the channel, go back to my app, and that's a kind of a pain in the butt. I can't believe they lost that feature, because the infrared mode is like a must-have for me now that I got used to it. Otherwise, I mean, this phone has been really good. The battery is definitely a little smaller, so it feels like it drains a little faster, but I'm still getting about 12 hours of battery out of this. I mean, 10 to 12 depending on the usage I put in through it. I don't think you can really tell in here, but there's actually a slight little curve that kind of comes off the top here, and it's actually really nice so that whenever I can feel that nice little curve, and I'm kind of sliding down. It feels like a like a Galaxy S Edge, 7S Edge or something. The device is snappy. I have it with this really cool wallpaper that moves around as you go around, so it's really neat. And I have their smart notifications on, and I'm still getting a very good battery, whereas in the G4, I probably wouldn't be getting that kind of life. I mean, this is doing really well. The USB-C is kind of a nuisance if you don't have USB-C, so you might have to go out and get some adapters for it. The speaker is pretty good. Let me see if I can find some music here. One odd thing about the music, the speaker, I find, is that it has this weird thing where it's really quiet and then gets really loud. Let's see. So it's not bad. But you see, it got like really loud at the very top, and then it was just kind of going up, and then it got really loud at the very end. So I don't know what that issue is, why it does that, and it's one of those things that kind of weird for me. But what else to talk about here? Talk about the curve. We talked about the sound. We talked about the missing of the back buttons. I really miss that. The always on display is there, and we can have a little notification. That's kind of nice. It doesn't move around, unfortunately, like it does on the S7s. That's okay. The button, I kind of like this, is that this is a button. Yes, I can click it, but I can also just tap it. Oh, I even just turn around, I already tapped it. So I don't have to click it. I can just tap it, and it recognizes my fingerprint. And it actually works, I would say, about at least 90-95% of the time, if not more. I haven't really had much of an issue of it working that way or being slower. That was about the slowest one you just saw there. So I like the fact that I was really concerned that this was going to be just only a button, but no, it's actually, you can just tap it. I wish they did that with the Galaxy phones. Other than that, it's a really good phone. A really good phone. I love the idea of the friends. I just don't know if it was implemented as well as it could have been, because here is the big problem. It's just always, I can't see the thing, slightly off. And my OCD just really kicks in. Then that's that way. Let's just try to talk about this too. So pop it out. That is so cool to do it that way. I really must say. I mean, I don't know if I've ever really said, oh, I need to take my battery out, but taking the battery out, you kind of have to make sure you really give it a pull, and it feels like it's going to break every time, but it doesn't. You got to put it back in there. And then turn it back on. Just to show you how long it takes. So, yeah. The LG G5, it is really great. I don't know if it was the right successor to the G4. They really knocked it out of the park with the G4. The G5 was a really cool, and I think it's really one of those things like, hey, let's really test it out. We've done a lot of really good work. Let's just see what we can do. And I really think this is where they can really do some improvements on their devices. And I think this was one of those test phase ones. But hopefully the module thing really takes off. And hopefully that kind of works. Do you see those little scuff? Do you see that little scuff? I don't know. It kind of looks like to me like this is coming apart there. I don't know. Again, bugs me on OCD levels. But as a phone, as a device, it blazes through. It screams no problem. I haven't had any issues performance-wise. It's just some of the little idiosyncrasies with that stuff. There, we're rebooted up. Okay, so that's my device review. I will have a full review on the website. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message on, on the website. We have all the information there. I really like it if you guys would hit like and subscribe, and we can follow and do more. If you have any questions about it, by all means, I got it for a few more days. Maybe we can see if I can answer them for you. Thanks.